iPhone 12 lineup of phones is here. Now, there are the iPhone 12, iPhone 12 Pro, iPhone 12 Pro Max, and the iPhone 12 mini, but I only managed to get the Pro. But even with that, I consider myself very fortunate to have gotten it at this time. So my shipment came in today on Friday, and it was in shipment once. So all the other iPhone 12s and 12 Pros must be shipping out by now to whoever knows how many people. But that's not the point of this video. This video, I want to talk about three main things. First, I want to just cover a quick unboxing of the iPhone 12 Pro, and then I want to talk about my first impressions of it, first as a techie, and then secondly as a college student. And then I'm going to go on a little vlogging adventure and taking this iPhone 12 Pro along with me and just testing out some of its camera capabilities, because that's one of the biggest reasons I got this phone in the first place. So with that being said, let's get started. So first, taking a look at the box itself, it is smaller than the boxes that other previous generation of iPhones came in, and there are two reasons for that. One is that the earphones that usually came with the iPhones weren't included, and two, the charging brick that usually comes with iPhones was also not included. So Apple claims that it was trying to save on eco-resources in justifying its action of not including charging bricks inside of the boxes. But if you take a closer look at it, and you'll see later in the unboxing video that there is no proper charging brick for the charging cable that they provide. The cable that they provide is a lightning cable to USB-C, and the bricks that are usually shipped with the iPhones that were Gen 10 and below all shipped with a charging brick that has a USB Type-A connector. And so really, it kind of doesn't make that much sense unless you are part of the smaller demographic that bought an 11 or 11 Pro or a new iPad Pro, because those are the devices that came out with the new bricks that are USB-C compatible. Regardless of that though, I guess it's Apple's own way of doing things, and I'm not Apple, so I can't really justify anything that they do, but it's just a fact that needs to be put out there. Secondly, when you pull out the box, the inside of the box itself has a little indentation cut into the top of the box, probably because it needs to fit the mold of the protrusion that juts out of the back of the iPhone, as you can see here. And I guess Apple just wanted to save even more space. And that also contributed to making the box height even smaller. So when you get into the box, you see the iPhone first, and if you lift it up, you'll see that it has the white covering on top of it. Peel it up to reveal the actual screen. Below the iPhone, you'll find the charging cable and the instruction pamphlet, which I think is shrunk to half its size because it's literally like this big. And so the pamphlet inside contains the warranty, I think, and one Apple sticker, which I guess they reduced from 2. So Apple's cutting corners on a lot of things this year, which I don't know how I feel about it. It's the first iPhone that I've gotten that's been a new phone, so that was kind of disappointing to see. But regardless, I'm not even going to be using the stickers that much anyways, so I guess it doesn't impact me. And I have a USB-C type brick from my iPad Pro, so I didn't really need to go out and buy one for my iPhone. And that pretty much concludes the unboxing of the iPhone 12 Pro. There's not really much else to it. It's pretty simple, and I'm not sure if Apple designed it to be that way, but it is what it is. And so now let's talk about my first impressions of the phone. If I could only describe it in one word, it would be slick. It is such an amazing feel and look to it that it just is beautiful. Like, a lot of people that I've seen online that are reviewing the iPhone 12 Pro just don't like the stainless steel band that goes around the iPhone. But to me, that kind of just adds to its aesthetic. Some people have talked about how the surgical grade stainless steel band attracts fingerprints a lot. And to me, yeah, I mean, it probably does, and it probably will attract fingerprints, but I can clean that off. Like, it's stainless steel. I can use a microfibrill cloth to clean it when I feel it's too dirty, but when it's clean, it looks super, super nice. Like, just I'm not sure if you can actually tell from the camera, but this is a really slick piece of technology in my hands. And in terms of weight, it feels really solid. Like my old iPhone 7 Plus, which I have right here, is bigger than the iPhone 12 Pro, as you can see. It's bigger in both dimensions. But this one is actually heavier, probably due in part to the stainless steel band that is on the iPhone 12 Pro. But it was kind of interesting to see because usually bigger phones are heavier, but not in this case. But the feel of the iPhone in my hands just feels right for some reason. I'm not sure how to describe it properly, but it just feels right. Kind of like how a good solid DSLR feels right in the hands as compared to maybe one of the lighter weight ones. It's kind of like something similar to that feeling. Anyway, some of the features that I'm looking most forward to using on the 12 Pro are the LiDAR sensor and the MagSafe capabilities. There's also 5G, but right now I'm not too educated in all of the 5G things, and I'm definitely doing a lot of more research into that area. But LiDAR is something that is really usable for developing AR applications and games, and that's something that I'm really invested in, and that's why it's something that I'm super excited to start working on. Now the MagSafe just opens up a whole new world of possibilities for accessories like the charger, like cases and things like that. My iPhone has been, as you can see, my old one, it's literally just the bare iPhone. I never really added any accessories to it because it was old, it was cracked, I didn't see a need for it. But this new iPhone is going to be my new power phone for the coming years. So I'm definitely going to be investing in some accessories to complement it, and I might make another video on it, but those are just the two things that I'm looking forward to the most. Now, speaking about it from a college student's perspective, honestly, it's really expensive. It's $1,000. It's $999, I think, which is basically $1K. And to drop that on a phone, to normal college students who barely have enough money to like pay rent for themselves and food and stuff like that, probably the SE2 would be more fitting for that demographic because it's cheaper. It's $600 cheaper. It has upgraded internals. It was released recently. It's a 2020 phone and it has comparable camera quality. It has worse battery life, but its smaller phone is going to have smaller battery life. However, if you are into LiDAR, MagSafe things, 5G, and have the money to shell out for one of these phones, I definitely recommend getting one of the phones from the newest lineup because they just look amazing. Also, this phone has harkened back to the older designs of the iPhone 5 and 5S because of the flat edges and box-like design. But if you look carefully, you'll actually see that it's not exactly like a box. There are rounded edges, which I think gives it even more of an aesthetic flair. The notch hasn't been removed yet, which there were rumors saying that it would be, but it hasn't. That might come in iPhone 13, but this is the iPhone 12, so let's just stick to the topic. Apple is saying that this is their best, newest, most powerful phone yet, and they put it in all of the ads, but I mean, come on, like this is the new year, this is a new line of iPhones. Of course, it's going to be the most powerful as compared to other generations. But one thing that was really curious that I found out after watching some other YouTubers' videos, it seems like the iPhone 12 and 12 Pro have actually worse battery life than the iPhone 11 and 11 Pro. So if you're not quite ready yet to shell out 1K for the iPhone 12 Pro or however much the iPhone 12 costs, consider getting the 11 or the 11 Pro because they're still really solid phones. They still have really solid cameras, like the 3-camera setup that we have here. So those were my thoughts on the iPhone 12. Now we're gonna go and check out the vlogging quality of the iPhone 12 Pro and see if it's something that I can use to replace my heavy usage of my mirrorless cameras. Let's go. Alright, so I'm currently on the iPhone 12 Pro and vlogging and keeping myself in frame using my Apple Watch through the camera app. And right now it's kind of dark outside, so the phone is using its night vision, and I'm using this opportunity to test out the night vision as well. And as you can see, it's working pretty well. In normal conditions with my iPhone 7 Plus, I would not be able to get this kind of footage straight out of the phone. As for the mic quality, I'm not really sure how it is because I'm not using any mic at all attached to the iPhone. This is straight from the iPhone itself. So yeah, I guess I'll analyze the audio quality after I finish the edits. So right now I'm recording on the standard lens, which I don't really know which lens it is specifically, but it's one of them, and that one supports night mode. And I'm going to switch to the ultra wide now, which I think does bring a drop in quality. I don't think night mode is actually active when in the ultra wide, but in the ultra wide camera format, there's so much more space around me. I can actually gesture and articulate, and I don't even have to put my hand out that far in order to get the entire frame around me. So I think the ultra wide is a really great vlogging setup to use, only it doesn't look as good when recording at night. You'd have to go to the 1x for the night mode and the better quality. As I said before, I am currently not using any external mics attached to the phone, but I probably will be in future vlogs because I do want that higher audio quality. So I will be testing out using a lavalier mic and using my normal external mic attached to the iPhone in future vlogs. But yeah, I am looking at myself now in the ultra wide and it is not looking as great as I would like it to be, but there are just trade-offs that I'll have to take in order to use certain features of the iPhone camera app. Hey there, editing Horace here. I was just finishing looking at some of the video files that I had gotten from the iPhone vlogging that I had done previously, and I noticed a couple key things that I wanted to mention before ending the video today. So first things first, the video audio quality was amazing. I thought that the quality that came from the microphone could have been something easily done from a lavalier. And note that my phone was maybe this far away from me as I was vlogging, and so having that sort of audio quality generated from just the iPhone itself and not using any external mics like lavaliers or the video micro that I'm using right now is just nothing short of amazing. So I really applaud Apple and the iPhone for producing that sort of quality. The next thing that I noticed was straight out from the camera. Everything that you saw in the previous clip was not color graded at all. No enhancements were made to the video. I only did simple basic cuts to the clips that I made. And yeah, I mean, you can probably see it for yourself, but the quality at night isn't exactly as good as I thought it would be. Now obviously night mode for any camera of any sort, if it's not a low aperture camera, does tend to have a lot of noise and grain and issues when filming in low light situations. I did think Apple's software or internals would handle some of that, but apparently not. So I will have to do more tweaking and analyzing and researching to see if there's any modes that I can turn on to make that quality even better. But overall, I do think that the camera system on the iPhone 12 Pro is a really great system. I have yet to test it out in broad daylight yet just because of my schedule and how things have turned out. But I will be doing full-on vlogs and full-on videos with just the iPhone 12. So be sure to subscribe down to my channel down below if you haven't already to see more of those vlogs and videos that I put out using the iPhone 12 Pro. And with that being said, I'd like to conclude this video. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Hope you learned a lot. Hope you liked it. Smash that like button if you liked the video. Drop a comment down below telling me if you will get an iPhone 12 or iPhone 11 or whatever, and tell me your thoughts about the iPhone 12. Like, do you like it? Do you like the colors? Do you like the specs? Do you like any of its new things that Apple is boasting that it has? Let me know. I'm very curious to find out what your thoughts are. And yeah, thank you again so much for watching. I will be putting out a new video next Monday as usual. Until then, be well, stay safe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ciao.